Welcome to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. Today, we're doing what we do best, a rapid-fire deep dive. We're looking at some really critical, actionable updates coming straight out of the small cap mining sector. Think of it like your express lane, understanding what's actually moving the needle, delivered with that dynamic breaking news kind of urgency. Our mission here: cut through the noise, zero in on the concrete drilling results, the financial results that are genuinely compelling for you, the investor. We're talking hard numbers, strategic moves, stuff that really demands attention, especially, in today's commodity market.
Exactly, because in a market that moves this fast, small cap exploration, the headlines, they're just the start.
Yeah.
Our goal is to peel back those layers, unpack the actual grades, the intervals, the geology, and really explain why these specific data points matter, why they're crucial for assessing the real potential. It's about translating that raw news into, tangible insights for informed decisions.
Okay, let's unpack this. First breaking story. We're kicking off with Vanguard Mining Corp. They trade on the CSE, symbol UUU. Headline hitting the wire: Vanguard Mining launches 2025 drilling at Redonda to test large-scale copper moly targets. This is big because, they've just kicked off diamond drilling. It's at their 100% owned Redonda project up in British Columbia, and they're targeting what they think could be a very, very significant copper molybdenum system.
Yeah, and what's particularly striking about Vanguard here is their operational readiness. It's actually quite uncommon for an early-stage porphyry system. A porphyry system, for listeners, typically means a large, often lower-grade deposit. Metals like copper, moly spread through a huge volume of rock. These can be incredibly valuable. They support large-scale, long-life mines. And Vanguard, they're fully permitted, fully funded, approvals for up to 10 drill sites already in hand. That level of prep is a strong signal, especially when you think about Canada's critical minerals pipeline. There's huge strategic interest there in securing copper supplies. It really gives them a significant head start.
And the numbers that jump out for you, the investor, they're compelling. Historically, look at this: 174.1 meters grading 0.34% copper equivalent, CuEq, right from surface. More recently, 2023 intercepts, 142.6 meters grading 0.279% copper and 0.0281% molybdenum, plus near-surface zones around 0.53% CuEq over intervals from 3 to 48 meters. These aren't just isolated hits, right? They suggest something bigger, a potentially extensive system, still wide open in multiple directions. That implies real upside potential.
That's precisely it. And when you connect those long mineralized intervals, starting basically at surface, connect those with the deeper targets from that late 2024 airborne geophysical survey, you start to see a very clear, very compelling roadmap for growth. The geophysics, it's like an underground X-ray, right? Maps out conductivity. Often shows where mineralization could be concentrated deeper down. CEO David Greenway, his quote really nails it. "We have our permits in place, the budget secured, and we're moving ahead with a deep drilling program to test the strongest targets." Now, he adds, past work delivered standout results, giving us clear places to drill deeper and expand. So this isn't just wishful thinking, it's a methodical plan, built on solid geology, a strategic approach to unlock value.
Okay, so you've got these robust early signs, a clear roadmap. What are the main considerations, or maybe the biggest risks for investors looking at Vanguard right now at this exploration stage?
Well, while the signs are definitely robust, and that operational readiness is excellent, it's crucial to remember Redonda is still exploration stage. It just is. For investors, that means balancing, the significant upside of large porphyry discovery against the inherent risks. We need to see grade consistency across multiple holes, not just a few good intercepts, to really understand the deposit's uniformity, its potential. And of course, commodity price volatility, copper, moly. That adds another layer of market risk. A major porphyry discovery needs immense capital. Sustained strong prices are vital for the economics to work, to move from exploration to development. So consistency and market conditions, those are key watch points.
All right, from BC's copper potential, let's pivot. Shift focus to Ontario, to the glittering prospects there. Newbreak Resources Ltd. just reported what they're calling a new gold system. They trade on the CSE, symbol NBRK. The headline: New Break's maiden holes at Moray return best ever grades, pointing to a new gold system in Ontario. This program, 6 holes over 1,500 meters, wrapped up mid-August 2025. And it sounds like a real step change for the project.
Yeah, it really begs the question, right? What makes these maiden holes so transformational? It's not just hitting gold. It's the quality of the hits and the context. Discovering a whole new gold system, especially in a proven mining district like that, that's a significant event. Suggests maybe a broader potential there than previously thought.
And that quality definitely comes through in the grades. Hole NBR 2505, wow. 4.11 grams per ton gold GTAO over a solid 31.3 meters. And inside that, a higher grade chunk, 6.75 Abrega TO over 7.1 meters, with even hotter subintervals, 23.10 TAO, even 38.5 Abrega TO over half-meter bits. Just stunning. Whole NBR 25 Era 4 wasn't shabby either, 3.35 Grama TO over 14.8 meters, including 7.25 Grama TO over 4.0 meters. These are, like they say, their best ever grades. Marks the new discovery area, the Zavitz zone.
These aren't just good numbers. They feel like a potential game changer. And what's really compelling is the geological story, the context. CEO William Love was very clear. These results represent the discovery of a new gold system and the best gold intersections ever returned at the Moray Gold Project. That's quite a statement. He also pointed out similarities between the mineralization at Moray and the region's known cyanite-hosted deposits. Now, cyanite-hosted, for listeners, means gold found in a specific type of igneous rock, cyanite, known globally for hosting big gold deposits. The fact that the young Davidson mine, a producing cyanide-hosted deposit, is only 32 kilometers away, that adds huge credibility. It kind of de-risks Moray's potential. It suggests they're in the right geological neighborhood where major discoveries have already been made, mined profitably.
And the potential for expansion, based on what they think they know about the cyanide body, it sounds immense. What kind of follow-up, what strategies would you expect to see to unlock that considerable runway for exploration?
Indeed. The interpreted cyanide body at Moray, they estimate it's roughly 3 times the size, by area, of the cyanide at young Davidson. That's significant. And crucially, there's a largely untested 3.7-kilometer western contact zone. That suggests, considerable runway for exploration. Big potential for new discoveries, or just extending the Zavitz zone. So what next? I'd expect aggressive step-out drilling, targeting that western contact. Plus, infill drilling around these first high-grade hits. To define the continuity, the true widths, President Michael Farrant's, quote, captures the mood perfectly. With the price of gold hitting new all-time highs, the environment for rewarding our shareholders with a new gold discovery could not be better. You've got strong geology, impressive early results, a hot gold market. That's a powerful narrative for investors seeking growth.
So, okay, lots of excitement there. What are the main challenges, the uncertainties investors should keep front of mind as Newbreak keeps developing Moray?
Well, as exciting as they are, these are still early-stage exploration results. We have to remember that. The reported widths, those are drill lengths, not necessarily true widths. That's a key distinction. Figuring out the true thickness, the continuity laterally, vertically of these high-grade zones, that takes more drilling, tighter spacing. Metallurgy is another big unknown. How easily can they actually extract the gold from the rock? That impacts the economics hugely. Plus, grade variability that's common in these types of gold systems. So understanding how consistent these grades are over a larger area is paramount. These are standard things for any early stage project, but they highlight the need for systematic work to build confidence.
Okay, next up, our next big announcement takes us to Idaho, Hercules Metals Corp. They're on the TSX Venture, symbol BIG, and they are making waves. Headline: Hercules Metals hits thick high-grade copper at Leviathan, expands discovery footprint in Idaho. Sounds like a very strong start to their 2025 drill season at the Leviathan Porphyry copper system.
Yeah, this news is particularly significant. Potential for scale in a favorable U.S. jurisdiction. That's a big deal, especially now, right? Long-term copper demand is a major global focus. New large-scale copper discoveries, they're getting rarer. So results like these, adding to that future supply pipeline, really stand out.
And when you look at the core numbers from their first hole, HER 2502, you see why it's compelling immediately. They hit 81 meters of 1.5% copper plus 8.9 grams silver. And that's within an even bigger interval, 127 meters, grading 1.1% copper, 7.0 grams silver. And get us all of that is within a broader 346 meters of 1.66% copper, 3.0 grams silver, and 78 ppm moly. Plus another hit higher up, 15.5 meters at 1.28% copper at 22.8 grams silver. The key takeaway for investors: this hole was a big step out, like 220 meters. It extends Leviathan's drilled strike length to 1.3 kilometers. That's impressive expansion. And it was guided by a new 3D geological model. Shows they're getting a better handle on this system.
Exactly. These results are just what you want to see when you're de-risking and expanding a porphyry. CEO Chris Paul specifically highlighted, quote, not only strong grades unique to the Leviathan porphyry, but also provide evidence that the secondary hypogene enrichment thickens at the center of the system. Now, hypogene enrichment, for listeners, that's a critical geological process. Mineral-rich fluids from deep down reconcentrate metals often creates much higher grade zones, finding it thickening towards the center. That's a very strong sign. Suggests a robust, high-value core to the deposit. Better economics, potentially deeper down. And then there's the new magnetotelluric survey, the MT survey. It shows Leviathan's conductivity signature gets stronger to the south for several kilometers, forms this massive, greater than 3-kilometer donut anomaly. That's not just interesting. It's a huge, clear target for more drilling. Maps out where the best copper might be concentrated deeper in the system.
So, clear target, encouraging results. Hercules isn't wasting time, are they? They've already drilled over 11,000 meters, completed 13 holes this season. That's serious momentum. Shows a very aggressive campaign to define this thing quickly.
Absolutely. That operational momentum is key to proving out a large system like this. But while the MT survey provides a compelling roadmap, we need to remember, geophysical anomalies aren't guarantees. They're targets. They have to be systematically tested with the drill bit. That's the only way to know for sure. Another consideration is execution risk. As you drill deeper into more complex zones, common in porphyries, costs go up, technical challenges increase, so investors should watch how effectively Hercules turns these exciting geophysical targets into consistent high-grade drill results, and how they manage the logistics of a big program.
Okay, finally, let's turn our attention to Arizona. Arizona Gold and Silver Inc. Trading on the TSX Venture AZS, they just delivered a headline that really shouts potential. Arizona Gold and Silver delivers thick, high-grade hit at Philadelphia project, expands step-out drilling. This sounds like their strongest intercept ever from the Philadelphia Gold-Silver project in northwestern Arizona.
Yeah, this is a critical development, especially for what we call epithermal systems. Those are gold-silver deposits formed by hot fluids near the surface. And in these systems, how those high-grade veins behave at depth is everything. These results are incredibly important because they show both increasing grade and increasing thickness with depth. That's an excellent geological sign. Often suggests you're getting closer to the heart of the mineralizing system, where the best grades usually concentrate.
And the numbers from core hole PC25-156, they are truly compelling. Hit an impressive 9.04 grams per ton gold, 34 gram at silver, over 20.43 meters, starting down at about 320 meters. And listen to this, that's within an even larger interval. 38.72 meters, grading 5.61 granite gold and 29.2 granite silver. And it includes a super high-grade kicker, 1.19 meters running 45.60 granite gold and 54.9 granite silver. Wow. Management sounds ecstatic. They say it confirms a deepening, thickening, high-grade zone in the Perry vein, and it's guiding immediate step-outs. These aren't just good. They're standout numbers, definitely grabbing attention, validates the deeper exploration strategy.
Indeed. And finding visible, fine-grained gold in the core, along with that increasing grade and thickness at depth, it really reinforces the model. A robust epithermal system. CEO Mike Stark said, "These outstanding results validate our belief in the untapped potential at depth within the Perry vein system." And the company isn't just, sitting back. They're taking proactive steps. 3 more holes planned immediately. A core rig arriving in October. Plus, they've already submitted an amendment to the Bureau of Land Management to expand the exploration area by 200 acres, prepare 16 new drill pads for 2026. That forward planning, excellent to see, securing permits way ahead. Shows long-term vision. VP Exploration Greg Hahn's quote really sums up the excitement. "I don't believe we have seen the heart of the system yet." That's a powerful statement, isn't it? Confidence in the project's future, its scale potential.
Okay, so strong validation, clear path for expansion. What are the main challenges? Uncertainties investors should factor in for Philadelphia as it moves forward.
Right, even with these outstanding results, perspective is important. These are still early-stage results for the project overall. Key variables remain. Continuity, does that high-grade zone hang together consistently between drill holes? The true widths of the vein system, its overall shape, the geometry. And metallurgy, how well can they recover the gold and silver? All these still need more systematic work, more infill drilling. Proactive permitting is great, definitely a plus, but logistical challenges, weather, finding contractors, maybe regulatory hurdles can always affect timelines. So investors should look for continued consistency in the drilling, updates on the geological model, to really understand the scope and economics of the Perry vein, watching for how they define that heart of the system.
And that wraps up our rapid-fire deep dive for today. We've unpacked critical, actionable updates. Vanguard Mining, New Break Resources, Hercules Metals, and Arizona Gold and Silver. From defining deep copper moly targets in BC, a compelling new gold system emerging in Ontario, impressive high-grade copper in Idaho, and a thickening high-grade gold-silver vein down in Arizona. It's clear the small-cap mining sector is buzzing. Really exciting activity, driven by good geology and, frankly, favorable commodity markets. This kind of targeted breaking news analysis, focusing on the hard numbers, the strategic implications, it offers you, the informed investor, a real edge in these dynamic markets.
Absolutely. And while these are all exciting early-stage stories, lots of potential, the real power for investors, it comes from consistently monitoring these companies. Understanding the context of each new drill result, how it fits the bigger picture, how management is proactively moving forward, that's paramount. These aren't just headlines, they're unfolding chapters. Continuous vigilance can really reveal true value over time.
Precisely. So what does all this mean for you? As you process these compelling early results, these strategic plans, which of these emerging stories do you think are truly laying the groundwork for the next significant discovery? And maybe more importantly, what specific details, what milestones will you be watching for in their next updates to validate that long-term potential? That's the question we leave you with today.